If you are at zero revenue and looking to make your first £10,000, or you've made it to 10,000 and you're looking for your first £100,000, even if you're exceeding £100,000 and want to make your first million, analytics is what is going to get you to that next big milestone. I'm Gina. I've spent the last 16 years building startup successes, and I've used analytics at every step of every journey. I've turned concepts to business ideas, raised funding rounds, and scaled a brand from $3 million ARR to $28 million ARR. And all this is possible because I know how to use data and analytics to drive growth. The good thing is I'm going to show you how to do exactly that today. Because growth isn't about working harder or working more. It's about understanding your numbers and using them to your advantage. This video, I'm going to give you the 3 completely free tools you need to get set up with your analytics. I'm going to also teach you how to use those tools and the analytics they're giving you to figure out what's holding you back. And I'm going to provide you with an action plan that is going to get you set up today, no matter where you are in your journey, to benefit from analytics. Now, this video is for analytics at any stage of your journey. So stick with me to the end, where I will show you how to level up your analytics immediately and get you to that next milestone. But let's get started on that stack that is completely free now and forever. The first one is the OG, Google Analytics. This is the most important thing that you can put on your website. Look at this dashboard. I host on Squarespace, but I have Google Analytics integrated into my website. This is a snapshot of the last 3 days. And down here, we'll see that this graph tells me in the last couple of days, my social channels are not driving as much as they need to my website. This data is key because this affects what I now do in the next couple of weeks on my socials to ensure that this gets back to benchmark. And it's not just this data that's important. Your Google Analytics for free will tell you your traffic sources, which are your top pages, what your bounce rate is, and what your conversion rates are. Looking at these 4 key pieces of data will give you invaluable information about what your customers are doing on your site and how you can improve them and get to that next milestone. Google Analytics is so easy to set up. All you need to do is go and set yourself up a free account. Go to the Google Analytics site, sign up using your Google account. Select Google Analytics 4, GA4, because this has just got better event-based tracking. If, like me, you are using something like WordPress, Shopify, or Squarespace, you can add the Google Analytics tracking code to your website using your CMS. Most platforms have a step-by-step guide to this, but all this is taking the custom CSS from Google and copying and pasting it into the custom CSS on your site. As you can see, these insights are critical at leveling up your business at the start of your journey. Getting your fundamentals right is key for growth. Laying that groundwork to understand what is working is how businesses succeed. Join hundreds of others who've benefited from getting the fundamentals of their marketing correct by heading to my site and taking the course. This lays out all of this great foundation that you will then layer the work on top to make sure your business is a success. Now let me tell you about the next 2 tools. The next is the free analytics that you get in your native social channels, and they are way better than anyone ever thinks. Take a look at the analytics from one of my clients' TikTok pages. His dashboard gives you so much information. It gives you shares, it gives you likes, it gives you followers, it gives you reach. But the thing that I find most interesting is if we look through this particular video and look at the retention. In this, you can see that a lot of people tend to drop off around the 8-second mark. And whilst it's usual for people to drop off and not make it to the end of every video, 8 seconds is very below benchmark for this client. Using the native analytics and spotting this tells me that there's something wrong with this piece of content. It enables me to go in and have a bit of a deep dive as to why it's so low, understanding what turned people away, and using that in our forward planning for all of our content moving forward to ensure that our retention metrics get back to where they need to be. This feature comes direct in your app. It comes direct in your Instagram as well. It comes direct in LinkedIn, Facebook, every native social tool that you have. And your social tools are where the data lives for your efforts to drive people to your website, which is where your revenue will be produced. This is where you track what efforts are getting you to that website that you're already tracking with Google. It's the foundation that is built on your social, your web, to understand your customers, how they interact with each platform, and how you can drive further results at this very baseline, which will translate to further results as you're capturing revenue. Another thing that you should look out for is shares. This is not just because it shows how well your content is performing. This is because all social platform algorithms love this. If this number goes up and you are seeing a lot of shares of your content, platforms will pick this up and push your content even further, growing your reach, growing your impressions, and growing that ability to convert people into your funnel. So whilst I and my clients focus on our retention and we focus on our shares, there are still a few other key metrics that you can track in your own native social platforms. The metrics you can look for are all of your engagement metrics, everything from likes, shares, comments, and click-through rates for your individual posts and overall. You can look at your audience growth, your weekly or monthly follower counts. This can help track your brand's reach. And from these tools, you can also see your best performing posts. This will give you the content with the highest engagement to allow you to replicate your success. All of this is for free in your native platforms. To access this, you just need your profiles, but you do need to make sure that they are set up to the correct settings. Ensure that you are using either a business or a creator profile on things like TikTok and Instagram, and make sure that you have set up the analytics in places like LinkedIn. Most of these are really easy to navigate from your apps or from your desktop. All you want to do is find your professional dashboard, very easy to navigate to, very easy in each app and on each desktop, and fully free. And now we have these two amazing sources of data. We are tracking what is happening on our site and we are tracking what is happening on our social. Essentially our pure foundations of building a business. We know what is happening to the people that we want to reach, and we know what is happening once we've reached them and got them to where we want to convert them. This is why you use analytics, because getting those two things right is going to drive your business to the next level of revenue. But this data is pointless if you just look at it and you don't learn from it. That's why we need our third free tool, Notion. Notion is your entire command center. Not just for this, but for your entire business. I've built $1 million businesses with Notion because it is so adaptable to you wherever you are in your business stage. It grows with you and it can be used for anything, from Wikipedia to high data processing, to mood boarding, to company processes, to company websites. It's incredible and it's free, so grab it now. There is a link in the description of this video. But Notion is your command center for everything, includes highly powerful data and analytics. Notion is where you input your data, where you can then see your outliers, and then where you make your decisions and ultimately take action as well, all within one tool. Businesses don't grow by just knowing what they need to do. They grow by focusing on the things they need to do and actually getting them done. What we often see with startups or small brands or people doing it by themselves is measuring insight, but failing to translate that into action. With Notion, you can bridge that gap from insight to action, all within one tool. So whether you are by yourself, a couple of mates, a small team, or a big business ready to scale to that $1 million revenue, using Notion for your data and analytics and your marketing means that everybody is using the exact same playbook. It means you're going to be faster, better, and more data-led in making your decisions, which will ultimately be the driver of your success. Your data and analytics in Notion can be viewed as a table, as a dashboard, or it can be viewed as a funnel. This is very dependent on the analytics that you choose to measure and how you best read that. What I do, and what I've set up for you for completely free, is I link the data and analytics dashboard directly to my production and my marketing boards that are doing my BAU and doing my campaigns, so that there is literally no barrier from ongoing insight to immediate action. And that speed in truly data-led decision-making is the difference to brands that work and brands that don't. To give you an idea, this is what my Notion dashboard looked like 2 weeks ago. And these were the action points that I took from looking at that data and information that I was tracking through Google Analytics and through my native social channels. This is my Notion dashboard today, having taken those action steps. By knowing my benchmark, tracking my outliers, and taking clear data-led decision actions, I can see the growth in my metrics, and I can make direct impact on the things that matter to me and driving my own revenue. So I'm going to give you a challenge now, and I'm going to get you set up with your first analytics. This is your analytics action plan. First off, you're going to go and grab your free tools. Download my Notion template and put in your benchmarks. Once a week, I want you to devote your time to looking at the data and giving yourself 2 action points for that week. By just setting aside time to look at your data, pick your action points and executing on it, you will see week by week, your metrics are improving. Your business is growing. And the more you use analytics, the better you will get. But the best thing to do is to just get started. And once you are going, analytics is a fantastic thing to invest in. The ROI on analytics to understand what to focus on to grow your business is exponential. Once you've graduated from these free basics, is looking at more in-depth top of funnel tools. This is where you need to introduce Sprout Social and SEMrush, 2 fantastic tools to invest in if you're looking to go from that 10,000 to 100 or 100 to your first million. If you want me to do a video on that, leave a comment below. If not, click through and watch this next video.